Have you ever found yourself lost in a sea of data wishing for a lifeline? Today, I'm here to reveal the key of unlocking Excel's hidden potential. Prepare for a journey of discovery as we unravel the mysteries of calculated fields and pivot tables. Can mastering Excel really be as easy as it seems? Join me as we dive into a world of data analysis where we transform chaos into clarity. Hi, I'm Ryan Holguin, a certified project management professional, and welcome to The Practical Place, where project management meets real life. In today's video, we'll explore how to use formulas within pivot tables to make your data analysis even more insightful and efficient. Trust me, this is a game changer for project managers. Let's get into it. First, let's understand why using formulas and pivot tables is so important. So formulas allow you to perform calculations, manipulate data, and gain deeper insights without leaving your pivot tables. This can save you a ton of time and reduce the complexity of your reports. So let's get started with creating what's called the calculated field. This is a custom formula you can add directly into your pivot table. So as you can see here, I have my source data set here, and then right underneath it, I have my pivot table here. I've already created this. As you can see in the right pan here, I've already sorted the data to how I want to see it, but I want to take this thing to the next level. So the way you create a calculated field is you click anywhere in your pivot table. You want to go up to the pivot table analyze tab up here, and then what you're going to go to is this calculation section. There's a field items and sets button. You click on that, and right underneath that, you're going to click on the calculated field. So the first field here is to name this calculated field. And so what we're going to name this is cost per unit. I want this formula to calculate the cost per unit of each product. So I'm going to call it cost per unit. So now we need to create our formula. And so what I want to do is I want to figure out the cost per unit. And the way to do that is I have to know the formula. So what that's going to be the launch cost divided by the number of units sold. So I come down to the fields I already have in my pivot table, and I find my launch cost, and I'm going to insert the field here. I'm going to get rid of this 0, and then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to divide by the number of units sold, insert field, and I want to now add this formula with this name into my field section over here. So it'll get added over to the right pan once I do this. So I'm going to add it, and I'm going to select OK. So as you can see, it's already added my cost per unit calculated field that I just created, and it's already calculating the units sold. So I'm going to scroll over to the right here. As you can see, $20 per unit that we sold for product A. So now that I know that, I can start to format this table however I want. I know this is a dollar amount. So now I have a total sum of cost per unit of each product now. And I can do this all within my pivot table without having to create another sheet or another table to keep all of those other metrics somewhere else. We can all do it within our pivot table. This will save you a ton of time without having to leave your pivot table and coming back to get different data. This keeps it all in one place, making your job a little bit more easier and efficient. And there you have it. With calculated fields in your Excel arsenal, you're one step closer to mastering data analysis like a pro. Here are a few tips and tricks when working with formulas and pivot tables. Number 1, keep it simple. Start with basic formulas and gradually move on to more complex ones. Number 2, double check your data. Ensure your data is clean and accurate to avoid errors. And number 3, experiment. Don't be afraid to try different formulas and see how they impact your data. If you want more practical project management tips and tricks, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell whenever we upload more videos. If we didn't answer all your questions, or if you have any thoughts, feel free to leave us a comment and we'll be happy to answer those questions whenever you send them our way. Make sure to like this video if it was helpful for you and share it with a friend. If you were watching that video and you weren't quite sure as to how to make a pivot table, don't worry, we have you covered. You can click right here to see our last video on how to create a pivot table.